citizens arrest. Citizens arrest.
The first rule
The Entertainment Roundtable.
is you do not talk about
The Entertainment Roundtable.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
Gentlemen, you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
I am the smartest man alive.
How much clearer can I say? There's always money in the banana stand!
Idiot! God, so stupid. What a dumb question.
This is madness! This is
The Entertainment Roundtable.
It's time!
Well, good morning to you on a Talladega weekend. As soon as I get out of here, I gotta roll on over to the big track. Of course, I gotta do this, then I gotta do Fastest Hour in Radio, which will get me primed for it. Good morning to you. Hope everything is going well for you on this Saturday morning as we get into the Entertainment Roundtable and kick off our weekend programming. David, what's up?
It's early and I want to die.
In other words, you just need more caffeine.
Yeah.
I got you.
Wait, I got it here.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
Jacob, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Everything good?
So far.
Ready to talk? Ready to have some fun?
Oh, yeah.
All right. And Jeff over there running the board. Good morning.
Hi.
Yeah, what's up? Anything good?
Me?
Yeah, you sure?
An ungodly hour.
I know, isn't it? Real quick, couple of ways that you can get in touch with us, and we ask that you do. Through the Facebook page, you can get onto facebook.com/whatever with Steve West and check in there, or you can get a hold of us on Twitter.
Yeah, we are at 101 Roundtable.
And do want to give a big thanks to our friends down there at the Amstar Theater in Alabaster, as I real quick kind of get scrolled over the fact that Ryan not able to make it this weekend, Josh not able to make it this weekend. I have been sworn to secrecy, but Thursday evening, Jacob and I had the chance to get a quick preview of the film that the Irwin brothers have been doing, Mom's Night Out. I can't say anything more than that.
Yeah.
All I can say is we saw the preview. Looking forward to its release.
Nice.
So there you go. If I said anything more, they'd have to kill me. And I really don't want that. But anyway,
that would be sad.
Yeah, we were down there at Alabaster at the Amstar Theater. They were kind enough to do the preview for the Irwin brothers, and they're also letting us know that they're doing Cans for a Cause this year, supporting the Salvation Army. All the guests having an opportunity to get a free coupon for different kinds of things for whatever amount you donate. And I did find out one of a kind of a cool thing, to give you an opportunity if you give them enough cans, they'll give you a year pass.
1 year?
Any movie you want for an entire year.
1 year?
Full year.
Full year?
Do they actually have a number that you have to get?
300.
Wow.
But it's
for
going to a great
just
cause.
300 cans.
Yeah. And you get into any movie you want for an entire solid year.
Do they have to be full?
Probably would help.
Yeah, that's usually kind of the point of a food
There's
drive.
your rider. They have to be full.
It didn't say that. It didn't sound specified at all. So. I've got 300 cans.
Can I watch one movie every showing for a full day?
Sure. However you want to use your pass, man. It's your pass if you were to do it.
Can I tell them to get old movies and bring them back and let me watch those?
That you have to take up with management.
Okay. All right. Let's just have to see how far I can take this.
You know the management down there. Go talk
That's
to
true.
them. All right, welcome into it, and let's get into the meat of this and talk about the top 10 here, and stop me if you've seen anything that's on this, mostly David, because I know what Jacob and Josh have watched because they were, or Jacob and Jeff have watched because they were with me. Baggage Claim in at number 10, 2.0 million, 18.3. This is a film that came in, made a big splash, and then kind of went away pretty quick.
Yep.
Don John, 2.3 million, 20.1. We've talked about this film. I'm a little impressed. I mean, this thing wasn't made for a whole lot of cash. And for his debut, so I think pretty good debut for Joseph Gordon-Levitt. In at number 8, Rush. I'm disappointed by the fact it's only made $22.2 million because it's a much better film than what the numbers are showing, making $2.3 million over the weekend.
I think a lot of people look at that and go, it's a racing film. I'm not going to go watch it.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate.
Which is sad, but it's
I keep
it's so
meaning
much
to go
better
see
than
it,
that.
but I just haven't.
Yeah,
so much more than a racing movie.
It's a very good film. It's a very good film. In at number 7, Insidious Chapter 2, 2.6 million, 78.4. Prisoners in at number 6 made 3.6 million, so they're up above 50 million, 53.6 specifically. Runner, $14.1 million, made 3.7 over the weekend. I haven't heard good things about this film at all.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard. I mean, every review I've seen says it's just terrible.
All right,
it's probably going to be a Razzie nominee. I would imagine.
Yeah, and then in at number 4. debuting to $3.7 million. Machete Kills.
That makes sense.
Anybody? You have an urge to see this?
I'll eventually see it, sure.
Eventually? Okay,
Yeah.
so this isn't one that you're rushing to the movie theater to check out.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But I will see it at some point.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I mean, if
As
it's
will
on
I.
like a free preview of Showtime or something.
Free preview
I'd watch
weekend,
it.
I might check it out, but then again, I've got to actually watch the entire first one, I guess. I've only seen like the last 15 minutes of the first one.
I don't see where you would have to do that. Really.
No? You don't think it's the continuing story of, and it picks up and talks about stuff from the first one? I don't know.
I've
I
actually
really
heard
don't.
his character's in Desperado as well.
No, he plays a hitman in Desperado. He's not necessarily Machete, but he like uses knives and stuff. And
Okay, so he's pretty much the same character, though.
he doesn't make it out of that. It can't be. Spoiler alert.
Thanks a lot, Jeff.
You've just ruined the film for me.
Fair enough.
Nah, I think I've actually seen it. In at number 3, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 made another $14.2 million. It just shows that there is no other family film out there.
Nope.
14.2 million, 78. In at number 2, debuting to $26 million, the new Tom Hanks film, Captain Phillips. Who wants to go first? Anybody? I nominate
see it.
Jake. I nominate Jacob. You're over there doing, I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing?
Research
Right.
for my article.
I'm almost
For
afraid
Hong
to
Kong
ask.
action.
Captain Phillips. What do you got there, Jacob?
Captain Phillips. Really, really, really loved this movie. Definitely one you need to go see in theaters. It's fantastic. If only for the last 10 minutes of this movie, it's fantastic. The acting is great. I mean, you only really see most of the movie is only Tom Hanks and the Somali pirates.
Captors.
Yeah, but just what Tom Hanks is a brilliant actor, and that's it. That's what this movie is. It's Tom Hanks at his best.
Tom Hanks, enough said. Is that where you're going with
Pretty much. I'm giving this one an 8.5 out of 10.
it? 8.5 out of 10. What'd you give Gravity?
I gave Gravity a 7, if I remember right.
Okay, that's right. You didn't like it as much as some of the other people in this room had.
Yeah.
I remember that now. All right, Jeff,
Yes,
you're thinking on Captain Phillips.
I really enjoyed it. It was a fine piece of filmmaking.
And anything more?
Great tense thriller. Absolutely. Nobody does. No one can make you feel like you are there experiencing what's going on in the way that Paul Greengrass can.
I'll agree
in
with
my
that.
opinion, because especially when he's working from a story based in real life, you sort of feel like a fly on the wall, where his sort of the shaky cam in quotations was toned down a bit in this one than it was in say the Bourne movies.
Yeah.
But it only adds to that feeling of like if you've ever been in a moment where the adrenaline's flowing and there's panic, you don't really remember ABC. It's more like flashes, and he really elicits that feeling as far as I'm concerned. And but like I said, it's a great tense thriller. Once they get on the lifeboat, it is just nail biting. A friend of mine saw Captain Phillips and Gravity back to back.
Which, by the way, wow. Our suggestion to you, as much as we all like both of those films, don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah, he said
it is not good for your,
He was
your
like,
heart pressure.
"Oh my God, Captain Phillips! Gravity sure was pretty. I think Captain Phillips ruined it for me." So yeah, I'll give Phillips
Tension overload.
about a 9 out of 10. It was really good. Like Jacob said, if Tom Hanks doesn't get a nom this year for just the last 10 minutes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they might even give him a Lifetime Achievement Award this year for that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just
That wouldn't
go
be
ahead and
bad.
do it.
Okay, so you give it an 8.5. You gave it a 9.
Sure did.
I'm going to go right
see
there.
it.
I like it. So I'm just going to split the two down the middle. I'll go 8.75. Hey, where do you know? I agree. The way that they set it up, you actually kind of care about the characters a little bit more. That was the biggest problem, quote unquote, that I had with Gravity, is the fact that it just shoved you right into the characters. You really didn't have any time to get to know them and care about them. In this case, you care about them. You kind of get an idea of what Tom Hanks' character as Captain Phillips was like. A family man, the guys who were on the crew, things like that. You got to caring about how things were going and how they transgressed throughout the course of this. Of course, it is based upon the true story, the Maersk, Alabama, so it's not like I'm giving away any spoilers in the fact that he gets kidnapped and does get away. How they portray it is excellent. They pretty quickly get him into that lifeboat, and you are spending a good amount of time with him in that lifeboat. And there's a part of me that wanted to kind of say, well, there's not a whole lot going on. Why are we spending so much time? And then I got to thinking about that. This really does put you into the head of a person who has been kidnapped, because they're going to spend time wondering, am I living? Am I going to die? What are they going to do with me? Where's this going to go? Are they going to finally get around and rescue me? And then, like you said, the last 10, 15 minutes, just absolutely edge of your seat.
Has anyone
Really
actually
cool
come
stuff.
out and said the film did a good job of it, like people who lived through it and whatnot? Or?
The funny thing is he's getting some criticism from people who have said that the crew, disputes his heroicism, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard, the only thing I've heard that he said that he disagrees with how the movie took it was he says that he never really tried to identify with his captors. That he, at the whole time, he was basically like, nah, you guys are my enemies, basically.
Okay.
But I have heard the same, I saw the same story where the crew feels like that he was not so heroic as he portrays himself in the book, which translates to the movie.
Yeah, and even so, even if all of that, the way that it's done in the film, even if it is Hollywooded up, is still good, really pay attention to what he does, though, in the last 10 minutes of the film after they get him out of that lifeboat, and now you'll understand why all three of us, I think, are pretty much in agreement that Tom Hanks, if he doesn't deserve the statue itself, deserves at least a nod for an Oscar.
Yeah, that last 10 minutes is probably some of the most emotional movie watching experience I've had this year. Just that 10 minutes is more than any other movie I think I've seen.
Yeah. And then you get to number one. We talked about it just a minute ago. Gravity made another $44.2 million. That thing's already up over $123 million.
Wow.
And that's just in 2 weeks. So this thing is a monster. Out this week. Anybody taking on any of these? Carrie, starring Chloe Grace Moretz, Julianne Moore, the remake of the movie about the same name, from the 1970s, of course, adapted from the Stephen King novel about the high school introvert who unleashes supernatural powers on her high school classmates. I've seen it.
I'll probably go see it.
Yeah? You want to go see this in the theater?
Sure, why not?
Oh, no, okay. And I'm just curious. You've seen the original.
Yes.
You
saw the TV remake.
There's a reason you want to. There's a reason you want to see this in the theater. Why?
Because I like Julianne Moore, I like Chloe Moretz, and I like the story.
Okay.
I mean, everybody acts like remakes are a new thing, but I mean, we've had.
No, I mean, I understand that it's a remake.
Oh, I know you don't.
My biggest problem is the fact that Hollywood doesn't seem to have any original ideas anymore.
But I like the idea that this one is being directed by a woman, and hopefully it'll bring a different perspective to the whole thing. And like I said, I enjoy the story itself, and we're about to have a Dracula TV show. I mean,
yeah, really.
Like I was saying, I know you guys don't, but I hear a lot of chatter about, oh no, remakes. Well, this is something Hollywood has done.
And one of my bigger problems is the fact that a lot of people, when they go and do this stuff, they do a scene for scene remake, and then I'm kind of looking at you and going, okay, why did you do it? Put your own stamp on it. I haven't heard whether they're doing scene for scene or whether this sticks closer to the book or strays farther away from the book than the first one did with Sissy Spacek.
No idea.
You haven't read anything on it?
No.
No?
Well,
Okay.
see, they've been doing the remakes for years, but they just decided that we're not going to pretend it's the original anymore.
Yeah.
We're just going to, because we need the brand recognition.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, exactly. Escape Plan, starring Sly Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, film about an authority on structural security who takes one final job before he retires, proving that a brand new high-tech prison is as secure as announced, but he ends up being mistaken, quote-unquote, for a prisoner.
If I see something this weekend, that's probably going to be it, and I'm not like thrilled about it. But I mean, if I go to see something, that's it.
Anything, David? You can be kind of quiet over there on the sidelines.
Yeah, I don't really need a synopsis. I just need Schwarzenegger, Stallone. It'll be red boxed at some point.
Okay, Jeff, you kind of had this little sneer on your face, like,
And maybe eventually, but I really don't feel any burning desire.
I got to admit, I actually want to see this, but mainly because I think that it's going to be filled with a whole lot of 80s action-style cheese.
Yeah.
He's dead already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I want to see it. So I probably will check it out at some point in time, maybe next week. Can't see it over the weekend, obviously. As I mentioned, I'm going to be out of Talladega, but some point in time, maybe after work one day next week.
Maybe.
If you're up for it?
Maybe.
Might go and check it out. And then there's The Fifth Estate. This is Benedict Cumberbatch, Daniel Bruhl, and Laura Linney. Follows an early supporter and eventual colleague of Julian Assange of WikiLeaks fame. I like Benedict Cumberbatch. Not all that big on the subject material.
Yeah. I don't want to see this.
I'm already sick of hearing about the WikiLeaks guy.
Mm-hmm.
God, yeah, we don't need anybody shining light on nefarious practices of our governments.
You want to go see this?
No.
All right. If you're big into Benedict Cumberbatch, maybe this one would be a better film for you. He stars along with Michael Fassbender in a limited release film called 12 Years a Slave.
That one is supposed to be really good from what I hear.
I don't know whether it's playing in the Birmingham area, though.
Probably not.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
It'll probably get a wide release, though, eventually.
Yeah, All Is Lost, starring Robert Redford, who immediately made himself irrelevant to me when he sat there and said that the whole thing with the government over this past week had nothing to do with more than racism. I'm done with you.
You took that long to get rid of Robert Redford?
Wait,
the thing is I
does
admit,
that mean you're not going to see Captain America 2?
There are several because he's not the main character.
Okay.
There are several films that Robert Redford is in that I like. I love The Sting.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sneakers was actually quite underrated as a film. Mm-hmm. This film, I don't care.
You didn't say The Natural, and I can't believe you didn't say The Natural.
I like
Probably the greatest film about baseball ever made.
I like The Natural. I like Bull Durham and Field of Dreams more.
Okay.
I'm an Angels in the Outfield guy.
I generally prefer to try to separate
the original or the remake.
The remake.
I try to separate actors from their politics, just because most of them are wild liberals.
That's true. Probably from the people who made Sharknado, a film called Big Ass Spider. And I'm not making that up.
That is the name. With an exclamation point.
I totally want to see
that. Something called Haunter. There's a movie called I'm in Love with the Church Girl. There's Kill Your Darlings, which stars Daniel Radcliffe and Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh, I'm seeing that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, speaking of Daniel Radcliffe, I saw an interesting YouTube video of he's trying to kickstart a movie that's, I don't know if he's actually trying to do it, but it's pretty funny, his idea. It's probably not for the, what's the word I'm looking for? Faint at heart. It's kind of a racy, but quite funny. Quite funny. It's worth watching if you look it up.
Okay.
Daniel Radcliffe Kickstarter.
Is that the name of the film?
No. He's starting a Kickstarter thing for his film that he wants to make.
Trying to get all the fans involved.
It may be like a fake thing that he's just just a joke, but
might as well have some fun with it.
But it's funny.
Yeah. Lost for Words is out. There's something called Love, Marilyn. Now this has many different stars in it, including F. Murray Abraham, Elizabeth Banks. Basically, it's some guy who went around to a bunch of Hollywood stars and wanted to talk to them about the last days of Marilyn Monroe and what kind of an effect she may or may not have had on their lives, acting careers, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Paradise, which stars Russell Brand and Octavia Spencer. The Prime Minister stars Sandra Bullock, Leonard Nimoy, and Michael Douglas.
What?
You know what? Nimoy's in something. I'm going to do it.
I might have to check that out.
Yeah.
And then there's a film called Torn that's out in limited release as well. When we come back, we'll get into other movie news. We'll talk about what's coming up next week. You may want to save your cash. Just thinking out loud. And we'll also talk about Liam Neeson. How many Die Hard and Die Hard ripoffs did we have? We had Die Hard on a submarine and Under Siege. We had Die Hard on an airplane when it came to Passenger 57. Well, how about Taken on an airplane? Yeah, Liam Neeson may be doing that. We'll talk about it next.
You're listening to the Entertainment Roundtable on Superstation 101.
Hey, welcome back in. Listening to the fastest hour in radio, Superstation 101 WYDE on a Saturday morning. If you're listening to our first airing, with another airing coming up this afternoon, and should Talladega get rained out, then tomorrow at about noon. The song that you're listening to that we came back from, Jacob, you found out it was on the soundtrack to
The Fifth Estate.
The Fifth Estate. It is
Tame Impala Elephant.
All right, there you go. Coming out in theaters next week. If you choose not to watch The Fifth Estate or Escape Plan or Carrie, you could wait for the four old guys in what I'm calling Hangover, the Elderly Edition.
Which looks funny.
Kevin Kline, Michael Douglas, Morgan Freeman, and I'm missing one.
De Niro.
Robert De Niro, thank you very much. How can I miss him? It's called Last Vegas. Apparently, Michael Douglas's character getting married, and everybody goes to celebrate in the bachelor party. The animated family film Freebirds. I'll be interested to see, number 1, if this is any good, and number 2, if it's better and can knock Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which is a mediocre film, out of the top 10.
I'm not looking for any of that to happen.
My wife and I will be going to see Freebirds because my wife loves animated films.
And Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, really. Freebird.
Bad joke.
There's a joke, and I'm not going to say it because this is family radio. And then you get Harrison Ford in the movie Ender's Game. You're in?
Oh, you kidding me? Yeah.
Jacob?
Of course I'm in this.
I'll go to the free movie with you guys, but I'm not paying to see it based on the trailer.
Based on the trailer. I liked the trailer. It was the trailer.
The trailer,
that got me interested.
It was a fine thing up until the very end where it just looked lame with the kid being like, fire! I'm like, Suddenly it looks like sci-fi.
Have you ever read the book?
No. I've
Does he not
told you
realize
that like 12
this is in the
times.
sci-fi genre?
Not on the air, man. Thanks for ruining the illusion.
So all of that comes out next week.
I'm a behind the curtain
good
man.
Grief. Oh, jeez. All right. How about a sequel to Horrible Bosses? Ooh, okay. Jason Bateman, Charlie Day, Jason Sudeikis, all back to reprise their roles. And Jacob, I would assume there's more than one bad boss that our 3 intrepid heroes are supposed to take on, but so far only one has been cast?
Wait, did you just turn your nose up at Horrible Bosses?
I will say this, I haven't actually seen.
Go see that movie. It's
good.
hilarious.
It's really funny.
Yeah?
And, I mean, Jennifer Aniston.
It's raunchy, but it's funny.
See, that's what I'm saying. Is this thing going to rape my ears with language?
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's one of those where you can kind of be okay with it because it really is funny.
It's
better be
hilarious. And
yeah, have you seen it?
If you
Well, I
enjoyed,
have.
And
It is funny.
it is funny.
if you enjoy
You'll hate
Jennifer
it.
Aniston
I'll
from,
hate it.
if you enjoy Jennifer Aniston from We're the Millers, you will enjoy Horrible Bosses. I'll put it that way.
I have to admit, I did enjoy Jennifer Aniston and We're the Millers.
Yeah, you'll enjoy Horrible Bosses as well then.
Okay.
Anyways. All right. So they are making Horrible Bosses 2. They have confirmed that Chris Pine will play one of the villains in this movie. He's supposed to be in a father-son duo. The father in this duo has not been named yet.
If they don't make a reference to his role as Captain Kirk in the Star Trek films, I would be horribly disappointed.
His father has got to be William Shatner.
Oh, that would just
that'd
be,
be
That would be
great.
amazing.
They're looking. The rumors are spreading around. It's gonna be Jack Nicholson, but we don't know yet. I mean, that's not.
Jack's pretty much semi-retired,
He's
isn't
retired, right?
Yeah.
No, he actually came out and said he never retired.
Who knows?
He
But
just
he's kind of
forgot he
semi-retired. I mean,
retired.
he just hasn't really done much.
He just does whatever he wants to. That's
Yeah.
not really retired. That's just
hasn't
what he's
done
done
anything
for his entire career.
What was the last thing he actually did? It's been 4 or 5 years,
Well, he did
hasn't
The
it?
Departed. I remember that, but I can't think of anything.
Has it been that
afterward.
long since he's done a movie?
Possibly.
I think so. It's been 4 or 5 years, I think.
So that's the thing, though. He said he was retiring because he was having issues with his memory, couldn't remember lines and stuff, so he may have forgotten that he meant to retire.
Yeah, he forgot that he actually.
I forgot I retired, so I'm not retired, but I'm retired.
I am totally acting.
I am interested to see Chris Pine do comedy.
I will be interested to see that.
I'm
saw
curious to see how he'll do.
that one that he starred in with Reese Witherspoon about the 2 FBI, CIA agents who were fighting over the same
Tom
girl.
Hardy and
That had a couple of moments of kind of, where things could have been a little funny. He's not bad in that, but then again, that's not meant to be an over-the-top comedy. It's kind of a romantic
He was
thing,
very
kind of
over the
thing.
top and really funny in Smoking Aces.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, he was
We'll see.
weird in that movie.
Hey, he could be weird in this. If he can play weird, he can play weird. Hey, I guess we get to the Marvel Comics Avengers portion of our show. More specifically, Ant-Man. Set to go into production soon. There are still rumors out there as to who's going to star. We've heard Paul Rudd. We've heard Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Maybe be the front runners for the lead role. David, you're saying one of them? Not really thinking so.
Well, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is he came out and said that, quote, I'm usually the first to speak and communicate with my fans if something happens. If you hear nothing from me, they are just rumors. So he's downplaying it, but he hasn't actually said no.
When is this thing supposed to be out? 2015?
Yeah.
This is going to be a couple of months after the Avengers Part 2, correct?
I think did they
believe
move
so.
it up?
Yeah.
Did
It was
they move
supposed to
it
be
up?
that winter, and then they moved it to later that
I think-
summer. Is this the one?
I think they moved it up so that it would be before Avengers. But
No,
I
I
could be
think it's
wrong
right
on that.
after it.
I
Maybe
wanna
may
say it
still
was
be
right
wrong,
after it,
but
because
that's
I think
fine.
they want to build on it. So this thing's probably with a number of special effects things that they're going to have to put in there. I would imagine it's going to have to probably start filming fairly soon.
It's already filming.
Is it? Okay, so they're getting some things. They just haven't got the lead yet.
I know who I would like to be the lead, and it's the same person that everyone else on the planet wants to be the lead.
Simon Pegg?
No. But
No, I don't want
because whenever anyone wants this actor to do anything, it never happens. Nathan Fillion is the perfect person to play this role.
He's too old, too fat now.
I don't know about too fat.
He's not too fat.
Has he lost
Castle.
weight?
Watch
he
Castle.
is.
I have.
He
He's
is-
fat.
He's not fat.
He's gotten fat.
He hasn't gotten that fat.
Too fat to play a superhero.
I don't think so.
Not Bouncing Boy.
Well,
Your opinion? You have one
excellent
as to who
point,
you would
Jeff.
like to see in this? Yeah, really. You have an opinion who you would like to see in this?
I think Red will be good.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, either of those casting choices would be fine with me. I'm just saying, I
Chris
would love.
Pine.
Chris Pine.
I'm gonna go with
Since
William
Ryan's
Shatner.
not here, what's Joaquin Phoenix?
Sure.
He'd probably be great in it. You know,
Absolutely.
Talk about
No,
Moody.
man, it's got to be
Or
Jim
The Rock.
Caviezel.
That's one
Or The
Moody
Rock.
Ant-Man.
Jim Caviezel would be perfect.
Caviezel, yes. That's who I was trying to say. And
personification
I,
looks
I
just
said
like an
Joaquin
ant.
Phoenix.
Yeah, when you said everybody wants this, immediately I went, okay, he wants Jesus playing this role. Because I was thinking of Ryan. Because Ryan did check in, even though he couldn't make it for this week's show. Told me that the movie adaptation of that book, 50 Shades of Grey. Has anybody read this?
no,
No.
No? Okay. I'm just checking.
I'm not a housewife.
I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't even know what the dang thing's about, but apparently they are
unsatisfied
undergoing a
housewife.
casting overhaul. Charlie Hunnam, who we just saw in Pacific Rim, has said, I'm not in. I'm out. I'm leaving it. So
Yeah,
he's
I
got some
saw-
sort of TV schedule.
Well, and I
something?
also saw reports that, and this is kind of rumor, but that he wanted more creative control over the project, then they weren't going to allow him to have it.
Pacific Rim does not give you enough to get creative
Definitely
control over
not.
something
Yeah, I was
His
that
gonna-
apparently
lifeless
has been on the
performance.
best-selling novels list for, I don't know, what, 3 years now and is being made into a film?
Yeah.
He was by a large margin the least creative aspect of Pacific Rim.
I am a driver of a big robot.
I am haunted by my brother.
That said, I just
We
did,
can
I
do
did
this
just get the film.
together.
That said, I did just get the movie on DVD. Can't wait to watch it, actually.
I've already watched it again this week.
That said, when it comes to Pacific Rim, he said that it's out on DVD, so go get it. And it may get a sequel. Guillermo del Toro reportedly working on the script for a second film of the franchise, but I don't know whether this thing's gotten a green light yet. Has it? Anybody know something I don't?
I don't remember.
No, I saw the story, but I did not. I saw that Ryan had it, so I did not.
I
look
think
too
it did
far into
get a
it.
green light.
He's penning the script. We know that.
Yeah.
It didn't make as much money over here in the United States as it should have. This thing was big overseas, though.
Yeah,
think somebody
internationally,
greenlit
it
it.
made a pretty good success.
I think they ought to make a second one.
Yeah.
I'm in on a second one.
I would totally see it.
I don't think I need to ask anybody else here. I think we're all in on a second one. Come
The
on.
Atlantic Edge.
Mediterranean Rim.
China goes down.
The Indian Lip.
You're a sick man.
Right?
Oh, good grief. Late February next year, the latest Liam Neeson film will hit theaters, this time playing a U.S. air marshal on a flight from New York to London where he's told that somebody on the plane is going to kill somebody every 20 minutes unless a bunch of money is given to him. It's called Non-Stop. I was told about it. It comes to theaters specifically February the 28th. I watched the preview of it. It looks like his character from Taken.
The good news is he doesn't have to go far to look.
That's
for
true.
the character.
It's all
I mean,
right
for
on
the
that plane.
villain. It's just right there.
So it's like Speed plus
Speed plus Die
Die
Hard
Hard plus Snakes on a Plane.
and
But
Taken
plus
all wrapped
Taken,
into
yeah.
one.
I don't
Maybe a
know who
little-
you are,
But it is Liam Neeson. It might be kind of
but
fun
I will
just to
find
watch.
your bags and I will check them.
And Jeff,
Yes.
I know you relish this because you were so amped up to send me the email and let me know.
Yeah.
Tell me about Michael Bay's troubles on the set of Transformers, what,
Yeah.
4,522, whatever number they're up to.
Transformers Electroforming.
I'm
Apparently,
sure this will be
early,
electrifying to somebody.
early reports had that they were filming on the set, and two brothers came up, demanded money from him, and then started beating on him. And then some cops came. They managed to beat up a couple of cops as well, but they were finally subdued and led away. But of course, Bay, being Bay and fueled by probably heaping helpings of narcotics, did not stop filming. He kept going. Well,
Don't stop acting. I'm getting the crap beat out of me, but don't
Exactly.
stop the scene.
Well,
Exactly.
considering the
Don't stop
performances from
acting.
the first, considering the performances
sense
from
of
the
the term.
first three, I mean, you know, how much directing.
You can't hear me in pain over the explosions. Just keep
Yeah, just
blowing
keep going.
things
It's
up.
explosions. I mean, you know, what direction do you need?
Exactly.
How much money
exactly.
were these kids wanting?
They were probably wanting their money back from all the Transformers movies they've seen.
About 13 grand was what they said.
Where was this?
Hong Kong.
What's the exchange rate from America to Hong Kong? Do we know?
I don't remember. But apparently,
13 grand could have been about what they spent on going to see the film. So yeah, they might have been upset about the first
Steve,
three.
this gets so much better. You have
Oh, come on. I'm
There's
looking forward to more.
According to
But wait, there's more.
a more recent statement that was released, Bay did not get hurt in a fight. Apparently, there was a bizarre encounter with a man allegedly under the influence of a narcotic substance who was wielding an air conditioning unit as a weapon.
That's a weapon.
Wait, did they say whether the man with the air conditioning unit was Bay?
I want snow on the set.
That seems pretty vague.
It says,
There was a man with
We'll
an air
find out
conditioning-
later. Michael Bay beat himself up because he was looking at himself in a mirror.
apparently the same man had earlier accosted several other crew members, rushed onto the set, and swung the air conditioning unit directly at Bay's head, but he managed to avoid it. So, yay!
Wow.
Way to go, fella. You had one shot and you blew it.
You blew it.
The director
Well, look.
ducked. Oh, well, this gets even better. Apparently, Bay ducked and managed to wrest the air conditioner unit from his attacker.
And did what with it?
Preventing-
Plugged it in?
So, Bay not only was Bay not attacked and beaten, he disarmed the air conditioner wielding maniac himself.
All I have to say
It
is,
must have been pretty tough.
I guess that dude.
Woohoo!
all I have to say is, how do you take a shot at the devil agent, Kulian? What if you miss?
Exactly, dude missed.
I guess that dude's not getting any of Megan Fox's
Is she back
assassination money.
in this one? Is she back in this?
No, she's in the Ninja Turtles though,
That's right, too.
because
So this is
she
Transformers
forgave
4.
Michael Bay. They're
Yeah,
all happy
whatever.
again.
I'm
She
a little
forgave him.
upset. I'm a little upset that you beat me to this story because I really wanted to do this story, but
Sorry, man.
it's
Oh.
okay.
Sorry, brother.
It happens.
I kind of would have been a little curious as to where he would have gone with it.
Air conditioning unit, man.
Air conditioning unit.
I probably would not have gone nearly as in depth in this story as you did. So kudos.
Thanks. Yeah, when the show started, I saw that update. I was like, "Oh, that's even better than the first story."
That's
So we
fantastic.
go from reports of two kids wanting money to a
Trying to
guy
shake
who
him
apparently
down,
is
right.
hopped up on gosh only knows what, wielding an air conditioning unit and swinging it at Michael Bay.
There you go.
Next thing you know, the next update will be he got attacked by Optimus Prime.
All right, it's Hong Kong, so Godzilla rose from the sea
Yeah, exactly.
He fought off Godzilla single-handedly.
with his explosive powers.
Wow, unreal. And now all the sets will be closed. No more open
Hopefully.
sets for Michael Bay.
Hopefully.
No one on the cast and crew was injured, and filming resumed immediately because Bay,
He took matters into his own hands.
his own.
Just because it's Michael Bay.
You think
Bam.
you think he makes a movie out of this? Like he turns this into a movie?
I want to know if he includes a scene now in the Transformers where like an air conditioning unit turns into something.
The action director.
Scouting for locations. Let's find this guy's house.
Starring
We're
The
going to
Rock.
blow it up. Optimus Prime will fall down on this dude's house.
Oh, loving it. Coming out on Blu-ray for you to purchase if you choose to. There's a lot of films, not necessarily a whole lot of quality films. The Conjuring comes out on DVD. So does The Way, Way Back, The Internship, Before Midnight, Only God Forgives, The Uninvited, the Criterion Collection, whatever that means, Dead in Tombstone, and Barbie and Her Sisters in a Ponytail.
What was
That's-
that before the Criterion Collection?
The Uninvited.
That would be the Uninvited.
Criterion Collection.
Okay, Criterion Collection, they usually do very in-depth special features. It's sort of a more historical type.
Are you familiar with The Uninvited?
I am not.
Oh, okay.
But I
thought
have
the
a few.
Criterion Collection, they just put like a little frame around the DVD and said it was Criterion.
Actually, they usually tend to really do a lot, and they go in depth with a lot of. The Criterions I have usually have at least 3 or 4 hours of special features on
Okay.
them.
The ones I have don't have like anything. It's just a lie. It's a lie.
So you didn't really get the Criterion collection. You just got something that said Criterion on it somewhere.
It's a little sticker at the top that says Criterion.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, a 20-minute, interview with some
Get
director.
this. We'll get this guy. We'll put Criterion sticker on it. He'll buy it and he'll love it.
Okay, how about let me qualify this. They usually put everything they can find that was produced about the movie on there.
Okay.
So if they only did one Cracker Jack special that aired on a Saturday morning for 15 minutes, they'll put that on there.
It is included in the Criterion collection.
It sure is, y'all.
Well, there you go. When we come back, we'll talk about TV on DVD, and we'll get into some TV news. That's coming up.
Hope you got your popcorn, because we're back to the Entertainment Roundtable on Superstation 101.
Welcome back in. Listening to the Entertainment Roundtable here at Superstation 101 WIDE, listening to the sounds of, I can't remember the name of the group right offhand, but that's actually a song, the very end of it, which the guys from How I Met Your Mother purloined and used as their theme song in their last year.
So no one will ever know.
They wrote it.
It's their band.
That's right.
Him Yum.
I can't remember the name of the band, though.
I can't remember their names, but
yeah.
Him Yum.
Oh,
nice. I like it. Okay. We're not going to start with CBS, though. We're actually going to start over on ABC. Anybody watch anything, by the way, that debuted this week?
Wait, you're skipping ahead. We forgot
that's
the TV
true, too. I got to go back and do the DVD collections. Okay. If you want to, you could get Season 2 of Young Writers, Season 3 of Nikita. I know where Ryan's going to be on Tuesday.
He'll be totally electrified.
Because it's on the CW, so it's got to be good.
It's got to be. And you could get Season 6, 7, and or 8, I suppose, of Silk Stockings.
What?
What is that?
I missed the first 5?
I remember that, but I don't.
What is it?
Like an HBO show or something?
Is it?
I thought it was like one of those USA
after
9 o'clock shows.
I don't know what it is.
Stockings.
I didn't realize there were 8 seasons of it. I've never heard of it.
It sounds
right
familiar,
after the
but
Red
I
Shoe
don't
Diaries.
remember.
Silk Stocking.
Wait a minute, Red Shoe Diaries does sound familiar.
Seductive mystery.
That's a real thing.
That was
an
a real
HBO Showtime kind of thing?
It was. It may have been a USA. I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
I think it was HBO.
Just all that strange cable after 9 o'clock stuff.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah, pretty much. Carrie comes out this week, of course, as we mentioned, based upon the book by Stephen King. The TV show Under the Dome, also based upon a book by Stephen King. They did the TV show out of it on CBS. They ran it over the summer, and if you really, really liked it and you want to buy it on DVD, you can. It'll be available in stores November the 5th. It proved a big enough hit for CBS that they gave it a second season, so it'll be back next summer. All right, now we ask the question, did anybody watch anything that debuted this week?
Nah.
I don't think so. I have Rain DVR'd, but I haven't seen it yet.
I did finally watch Tomorrow, People, but I think we talked about that last week.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I think we're ready to go. ABC, David.
Yes, sir.
Came up with a major hit, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Apparently, they liked it so much that Marvel, not necessarily ABC, but Marvel wants to do a lot more.
Yeah, Marvel is reportedly shopping 4 ongoing dramas as well as a miniseries to various outlets like WGN, Netflix, and Amazon. Marvel is apparently looking for an initial 60-episode spread across all 5 series, but no word on what any of these proposed series would be about, but I'm guessing the Agent Carter series, rumored about a month ago, is part of the group.
Kobe Smulders?
No, Haley Atwell.
Captain America.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, I have to ask this question. As much as I like the Marvel Avengers universe, when do we get to the point where we have gone way too far with this?
We are there.
I was going to say, we're getting close.
What? Never. You never have too much superhero stuff on the TV or in movies. What are you talking about?
Okay, so we go from already gone over the cliff for David, close to the cliff for Jacob, to not even in the same zip code for Jeff.
Wow, we've got one Marvel TV show on.
I'm not saying it's over. I'm saying it's right there. It is teetering on the edge.
No, it's not. It's not even close to the edge, man.
Okay, well, let me ask this.
If they didn't have like 5 movies a year coming out, then maybe not. But
5 movies a year?
Okay, it's like 2 movies a year, but
well, it just happens to be that this year they got 2 movies coming out. Year
they've had 2
is Captain
almost
America.
every year.
I know.
Next year is only Captain America, am I right? Because 2015 is Marvel's Agents of Ultron, or Ultron.
Guardians
Age
of the Galaxy.
Ultron.
Guardians of the Galaxy next year.
Yeah, but I mean, that's fringe Avengers. I'm talking about major Avengers films. Thor, Captain America,
But see,
Iron
that's-
Man.
That's my point, though. It's like they're going like these Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff is like this isn't even really based on anything in the comics. So I mean, it's just getting more and more fringe stuff.
Okay,
Like,
going too
it's-
fringe for you?
Maybe, maybe not. I'm really looking forward to Guardians, but I feel like if they start doing all these other series, they're gonna be like, well now we're gonna have like
Wait a minute,
Runaways.
this guy appeared in one page of a comic.
Yeah, we're gonna have
14 years
Runaways,
ago.
and that would be cool. But at the same time, it's like.
All right, well, let me ask this now that we're into the season, and I'm going to go around the table because we're all watching it. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. itself. Like it, don't like it, going up, going down? What do you think?
I think so far as okay, but mediocre. They're not really tapping into the potential they should. That one scene with Nick Fury a few episodes ago, that was the epitome of everything they should be doing, and they just aren't.
Okay. Jacob, what do you think?
I agree with a lot of that. I mean, I think it could be a lot better. I am enjoying it a lot, and it's something I enjoy watching every week. But I do think it has a lot of room that it could grow.
Jeff,
this week's was a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
I think if they make it more of a spy/espionage show and quit nodding to all the superhero stuff, it'll be much better. Because
And
this
nodding to
episode,
Coulson's past.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, every week. Well,
that's going to be the ongoing thing throughout the course of the season, though.
Yeah.
They're always going to make you wonder. I mean, they quote-unquote answered it in the first one.
I know.
But they didn't really. So you're still kind of left wondering, okay, is he really? Is he not? Whatever. But, so you're liking it. You think
It's growing
this
on me.
past episode went finally where you wanted it to go.
It's getting there.
Well, it takes Whedon about 5 to 6 episodes to really get into a groove.
Yeah, and then
generally,
about
to know where
7 to
he's
get
going.
canceled.
That's true. That is true.
But they've
Except for
already renewed.
Firefly was great from the onset.
Yeah.
But
Okay. I agree with you guys. I mean, it came into this wanting so much more out of it, and of all the shows that I really liked, this one was behind the Blacklist and was behind Hostages for me. I gave it, I think, a 3.5 out of 5 when I first reviewed it. Thankfully, he hasn't gone down the road that I was afraid he might, which was too much of Fitz and Simmons, because those guys could get annoying very, very quickly. This past episode, like you were talking about, I think they showed a lot more promise into where this could go, because these aren't people who are showing your Iron Man suit ability or your Thor with the magic hammer sort of thing, the supernatural hammer, or the Hulk who's, radiated himself up into becoming this humongous green monster. These are people that have skills, but they're, just highly skilled in things like computer hacking or something like that.
Right.
And I think this past episode built upon that, but I would agree with you. What I was expecting was really encapsulated in that one scene
right.
with Nick Fury showing up on the airplane.
And by and large, I think my real concern here is that they are seeing the money, and I trust Jeff Loeb. He's the guy that's over the TV shows and all of that over at Marvel. But I trust him as a writer. He's really good, but I'm starting to get worried they're seeing the money and they're just trying to spread out as fast as they can, and they're going to quality instead of quantity instead of quality. Like,
It'd be interesting to see how they're going to
little
keep
worried
the
about
quality of it up. That's
Yeah.
where I am curious about. How can they keep the quality up? Jacob, over to Fox Network. They've announced the future of the show. Dads, Seth Green, Giovanni Ribisi. Please tell me that they're canceling this.
I wish. They have just
gosh.
ordered
No.
6 more scripts for the series.
No.
And for some, and no one knows why, really, because, I mean, it's getting terrible ratings, and it's not doing Fox any, it's not helping Fox to keep them on the air.
This is the show that's on against Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and NCIS.
Yes.
I have an idea
And
of why
getting
this
its
happened.
butt handed to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting creamed. I mean, it's got, if you take them out of the show, it's got good talent. On the show, they're awful. The talent is good. It's just on the show, they're terrible. The show itself is bad.
Giovanni Ribisi, I mean, I remember him so well from Saving Private Ryan. And to see him in this, like, dude,
I mean,
really,
Seth-
you accepted this
He's been
for what?
so good. I remember in Friends he was good.
Yeah,
way
he was
better.
good as a stoner idiot in Friends.
Right.
He was great in Saving Private Ryan. In this, he is just trash.
I mean, Seth Green is hilarious on his own.
I can't watch it.
But
just
this
for
is
Seth
terrible.
Green, though.
This show is terrible. Yeah, and it's just it's really terrible. Everybody is kind of thinking that McFarlane kind of, who's the producer
He
of the
stepped
show,
in it on this one.
He knows he's too influential at Fox, and that he's basically pulling some favors to keep the show on.
He's got pictures of somebody.
I think what may be happening is that maybe he had, like, if this one didn't fly, like, he has a deal for another 6 episodes of a different show, like, over the summer or something. I don't know if this is true, but they may have just went ahead and ordered 6 more episodes because it would be cheaper to keep those sets around and just, like, have it run another 6 episodes and kill it.
Well, I guess. I don't know.
But I don't know.
Have you even watched this?
Idea.
I have not.
Yeah. I watched the premiere episode long enough to see what I thought was the funniest part, which, by the way, you already saw in the previews for the show, which was Seth Green taking the imaginary swords out and hacking his dad up on the couch.
Yeah.
That I thought was funny. The rest of it, I was like, whatever.
I mean, I've watched the whole series so far. It's had its moments, but I mean, it's just, and I don't know.
The end credits?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's part of the show. It's off.
I mean,
yay!
I keep watching it for some unknown reason. I don't know why I keep watching it, but I do. And
You got invested.
I'm not invested in the show. I would be happy if they canceled it. But for some reason, I keep watching this, and
They just don't have anything else to put there.
yeah, what else is there going to go?
So this
go
is the
there?
train wreck for you. You just
Yeah,
have
it
to watch
is. I have to
Oh my
watch it.
gosh.
I can't.
I
Like,
can't believe they tried to make that joke work.
Please
Right.
help me. We're going to have Dad's intervention night for Jacob one night.
please do.
All right, Jacob, speaking of Fox, tell me about Glee and its future on the network.
Well, the co-creator of Glee, Ryan Murphy, has officially stated that Glee will end next season.
Thank you.
Yay!
Which I could not be more. I could care less either way. You know, if it keeps going, if it stops, I don't care. I don't watch it.
Couldn't care. I've never seen an episode.
Yeah,
I've seen a commercial.
The issue I kind of take with this story is that he's also said he plans to rework the series finale to honor Corey Monteith, who plays the character Finn, I guess, on the show, which I'm starting to have a little bit of an issue with. I have an issue with, well, I have had an issue for a long time, but I don't like the idea that, hey, this dude was a drug addict and he died, which, I mean, yeah, that's sad. But why are we glorifying his death? You know, why are we sitting around, oh, this guy died and, he could have just not done drugs.
Well, based on what I was reading, he actually had the whole thing planned out to where, like, it was some chick saying a line to him, to Corey, what's his face, and that was the end of the show. Like, that was the last scene. So now they're going to have to do something.
Well, but they're saying that they're wanting to rework. And that's fine if they want to, rework that.
You could say it to a picture of
He wants to do it to honor Corey Monteith.
Well,
and
yeah, he's saying that, but that's we all know this is a load of crap.
Yeah, that bugs me. Like, we should not honor people who overload on
But
drugs.
the guy had fans, so they're like,
I guess so.
It's going to keep going without him.
Yeah.
So did Kurt Cobain, but that doesn't mean I have to respect him for what he did.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But, people still like, we have to honor him for the great musician that he was. He was a trendsetter and he changed things. I mean,
you know what? He was married. He had a successful career. He had a wife with a baby on the way. Oh, I'm sorry. He shot himself.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I don't believe that, but I'm one of those people. I think Courtney did it.
I've had enough of you and your morose teen angst songs. Blam!
No, you're not going to take over Hole and steal my spotlight.
That's much of a spotlight.
Wow, talk about the Entertainment Roundtable going off the rails. I think that's actually the first time we've done anything when it came to music.
I
Save for the fact that we're playing theme songs.
I'm okay with that. It was kind of fun.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll tell you what. We'll get back to that because I just found out some of the nominees for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We'll talk about it in a bit. Let's stay with the Fox Network real quick. They're bringing back, according to Daniel, one of our intrepid listeners and who is a constant contributor to the show, actually, sends me all kinds of emails and stuff on Facebook. They're bringing Steve Carell back to TV, in a way. He told me about a deal. Fox has tabbed Carell to appear in an 8-episode series called Slideshow. This is an unscripted show. It's going to take 2 teams of celebrities and or comedians and going to make them face off against each other in kind of a just stand up, real quick, make it up on the fly kind of comedy thing that we've seen in, so to speak, in Whose Line Is It Anyway? I don't know if this is going to... I mean, 8 episodes, yeah, short-term kind of thing. I think it could be kind of funny. But if they were going to try and make a series out of this, I think it'd get old pretty quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody interested at all?
Not really.
No?
I mean, I love Steve Carell, but...
Anything?
You see how my eyes are already
I know, you're pretty
over.
much glazed over. Is it Steve Carell? Is it the format of the show? Is it everything? What?
Yeah, format of the show.
Okay.
I like Steve Carell. Yeah, but...
You're not big on improv?
Not being on any kind of a game show or pitting celebrities against, just whatever.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean,
Lowest common denominator entertainment.
Yeah, okay, I can't argue that. Over to CBS, they've ordered 13 episodes of a Steven Spielberg-produced show. This is entitled Extant, E-X-T-A-N-T. Apparently, Jacob got a fairly big name attached.
Yeah, they have. They've put in Halle Berry. They've signed her to play the lead. She's going to be. The series is going to be. It's the summer series. And she'll be playing an astronaut who returns home after a year in space, whose experiences will lead. Can't even make it through.
Hold on,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Pause right there,
I'm
Jacob.
sorry.
What about that just doesn't seem to catch with you?
I don't even know. It was just the premise was already so out there. I couldn't help but laugh.
We've seen Sandra Bullock in space and Gravity.
So the premise...
You don't buy Halle Berry.
I don't buy Halle Berry, period. Like, she's awful, generally.
I sort of say he doesn't buy the premise that that anyone is an astronaut returning from a year in space. That's as far as I got.
I just don't buy Halle Berry in any... I don't know. It's just, you have to understand.
Well, we're trying,
Halle
but
Berry,
you're not explaining it very well.
Halle Berry is an astronaut returning. I don't know. Just like that, just starting that sentence is hilarious to me. I don't know why. I didn't mean to laugh, really. I apologize.
So you're probably not going to be checking this out.
Oh, I was out the moment he said Halle Berry.
All right. Continue on.
But anyways, she plays an astronaut returning after a year in space, and apparently her experiences are going to lead to events that change human history. That's all we're really saying. But I think what surprises me more about this is every time I keep looking at Halle Berry, these websites keep saying she's best known for being Storm in the X-Men. And I'm like, that's what you consider her being best known for?
Yeah, I know. What about Catwoman?
Exactly. Great movie.
Let's go over to MTV. I don't know why, but I'm going to. Well, I do know why. Ryan's actually a fan of the show. That I don't know why. Teen Wolf.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, really. They've done a TV show called Teen Wolf, which they've greenlit for a 4th season, and it gets worse. Who's the fan of Walking Dead? Is it you, Jeff?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone in the world.
After The Walking Dead, they do this kind of replay or this commentary show afterward or something like that. Am I right?
Talking Dead.
Talking Dead. Mm-hmm.
Talking Dead, okay.
It's supposed to be really good.
Get ready for this. When the show kicks up the second half of their 3rd season in January 6th of 2014, they're going to add a post-show commentary series entitled Wolf Watch. Apparently, one of the stars of the show, Jill Wagner, will host some of the other actors in kind of a roundtable thing talking about the episode you just watched. Whatever.
They do that with Doctor Who Confidential, or they did. Kind of interesting.
By the way, thank you to Daniel on this one. Not that this is going to hurt my feelings. Word, apparently, the syndicated talk show hosted by Katie Couric's in trouble. The budget for the show and relatively low ratings seem to make her getting a 3rd season a long shot. Good. And Jacob, a TV version of the Bradley Cooper movie Limitless? Really?
Yep, they're planning on making it, and he's going to star in it.
Do we know when?
Really?
No.
No?
I heard he wasn't
shopping
gonna
this
star in it.
around, I think.
I heard he was going to produce it.
At least in this article I've pulled up, he's supposed to star. I don't know if maybe not true. So.
All right. Well, there you go. Entertainment Roundtable. We didn't get to talk about Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Maybe we'll do it next week. David, Jacob, Jeff, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm going to stick around. I've got another hour to go. It's called the fastest hour in radio. It's next.